In Beck's segment tonight, Donald Trump tweeted on Sunday that he believes millions of illegal aliens voted in the presidential election. Immediately, Mr. Trump is mocked and scorned by those who don't like him. Now, the factor cannot possibly verify whether Mr. Trump's statement contains any truth at all. What we can tell you with certainty, however, is that there is an amazing amount of confusion over illegal aliens voting. And that is the subject of the first Talking Points memo. As you may know, California, along with 11 other states, now gives illegal aliens license to drive. And once you have a valid driver's license in California, Connecticut, Oregon, Vermont, and West Virginia, you're automatically registered to vote if you use some sleight of hand. You must provide a valid Social Security number to prove you're here legally. But that can be done via computer. And as we all know, phony Social Security numbers are legion. Now, in California, if you are undocumented, you get a stamp on your license that federal limits apply. And the law in all the 12 states says illegal aliens are not allowed to vote. However, who's checking? The answer, no one, as far as we can tell. And as Talking Points stated, it's not hard to game the system. So it is not inconceivable that millions of illegal aliens did vote on November 8th. But it's not a fact either, at least at this point. Joining us now from Washington, Charles Krauthammer. So in California alone, more than 800,000 illegal aliens applied for driver's licenses. Trump tweeting millions voted. Not sure he's going to be able to back that up. What's your feeling?
Well, of course he's not going to be able to back it up. And, you know, it's like Jill Stein saying in Wisconsin and Michigan, there could have been fraud, there could have been systematic cyber attack, there could have been some kind of Russian shenanigans in the outcome of this election, and therefore let's do a recount. Well, there could be a lot of things. That doesn't make them true. I mean, it could be that there are aliens circling the earth, and on election day, they're invisible, of course, they train their ray guns on the ballot boxes of several states, and as a result, 3 million GOP votes disappeared. Anything could be.
That
but
could
if
be,
you're going to tell me,
the last one could be. No, the alien ray gun thing, we're not going to buy. Well, the reason I pointed it out.
Can you disprove it? They're invisible, remember.
I'm in business to give information that's accurate. I took a look at this California thing today. A hard look, and my staff, which is the best in the business on research. We took a hard look at this, all right? If you wanted to, you can get a license if you're not in this country legally, and you can game that system and vote. It's not that hard to do it. There's nobody checking it. And I assume it's the same in the other 11 states in Washington, D.C. If you have a scenario that easy, and it is easy, okay, then by saying, well, I'm extrapolating information from that millions might have voted, possibly have voted. That's probably what Trump should have said.
Well, yes, and that's a big difference. There's a difference between saying X might have happened and saying X did happen, and as a result, I won the popular vote. And that's the issue here. I agree with you. There should be laws where it is impossible for a non-citizen to vote.
Because if you go into this
system, intended only for the citizenry, but to extrapolate as you're doing, I think is simply illogical and an unbelievable leap.
That Donald Trump made, not me. I'm just saying that the system is rife for corruption. I believe the California authorities in Sacramento want illegal aliens to vote. They want that. And so they have made it so, with a wink, 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 if you do it this way, you'll be able to. Now, you mentioned Jill Stein. She's trying to raise money to get a recount. I ignored the story because I don't think anything's going to come of it, and I don't even want to give this woman attention. I think she should go on PBS, take over the Miss Rogers show, call it Miss instead of Mr., and have a nice career. What do you say?
Here, look, this is a joke. This is a fundraising scam for her party. She's going to raise the money. Look, if she really cared about the outcome of Wisconsin and Michigan, she wouldn't have campaigned there. Siphoned away the votes that would obviously have gone to Hillary and have given her the state. She caused Hillary to lose Wisconsin and lose Michigan. If 1/15 of the people who supported her in the election had gone to Hillary in Michigan, Hillary would have won the state.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
If 1/4 of those who'd gone to her in Wisconsin had gone to Hillary,
yep,
she would have won. This is the Ralph Nader of 2016 now cashing in on her sabotage.
But it's not, I think what people want to know from Charles Krauthammer is it's not going to have any effect on anything.
Zero, no effect.
Okay, finally, we have the debate about Electoral College and popular vote. We reported before the Thanksgiving break that in California alone, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by more than 3 million, okay? And nationwide, she won by about 2 million. So California basically is so far out there, when you don't even have a Republican Party running anymore. It's two Democrats running against each other. That if you were to throw it over to the popular vote, you'd only have a one-party system in the United States. There'd only be a one-party system because you could go into California, New York, Florida, Illinois, and put together enough, and you'd win.
Well, that assumes that the patterns of the vote are never going to change. They always do. Reagan carried California. There, things change over time.
Different world.
Well, of course, yeah, but there'll be a different world in 10 or 20 years.
I don't think California's ever coming back, Charles.
Well, look, it may or may not, but there are other states in the country. Look, I'm a conservative. I believe in stuff that works. If stuff works, you stick with it. We've been a quarter of a millennium with the Electoral College, and what it does is it gives prominence to the flyover states, the smaller states, the swing states that would otherwise be ignored, and that serves the country well. So you don't get these heavy population centers determining the elections almost in advance.
Isn't it amazing, though, that Jefferson and Franklin and John Adams were so perspicacious to figure that out? They knew that Philadelphia, New York, and Boston was overwhelming the rest of the country. And that's why they designed it.
I'm not so sure they designed it for that reason. I think they designed it to put a filter between the people and the presidency, and the filter would be the electors whom they imagined would be people of high character and who would choose. They were very suspicious of the rule of the masses.
Of the mob.
And that's why they did this crazy bicameral Congress and all the separation of powers. It was a way to put the ultimate decision outside the hands of the people. But nonetheless, it found a new purpose to empower the smaller, the flyover states, and that works.
All right,
Stay
Charles,
with it.
Thank you very much. As always, directly ahead, Fidel Castro.